We were doing some work back at home today, and the other day we started this project up front of finishing off a front patio area that we wanted to build on our house. Now, we showed you dropping off the lumber. We're using 6x6 posts and getting them laid out for a rough draft of what this is going to look like. And since then, I've been working on getting them leveled and set in place. So we're creating framed boxes with this 6x6 lumber, and we are joining the corners together with metal brackets. We could lag bolt these right through the faces, but we don't want to see bolts. We're doing it for a more neat look. So brackets on the inside bolted in firmly, and then anchoring it into the ground so they don't float away. A big part of this is managing our flood-prone property. So this property does flood occasionally, and if it floods these wooden boxes, they could potentially lift up and shift out of place, float away. So to anchor them down, we're using some long ground anchors that we just drill in and through a bracket that is attached to the wood. So bracket hooked to the wood, these go down through it into the ground, and they are strong enough to keep this from going anywhere. This isn't a structure that can blow away. This is just keeping it from floating so that it doesn't go anywhere, because right now they would float, and even once they are filled, you're going to see how we're filling these. They have the potential to lift, and lifting isn't good because it'll mess up everything. Now, the leveling process has been a little bit slow. This box is totally set. It's anchored, it's level. I'm happy with it. Now we're doing a box on the other end of the house, and I'm in the middle of that. I got a couple of the corners leveled, but I need to dig down one of them.
Yeah, she was calling for something.
I only heard it a couple times, so I was thinking, oh, that's weird.
Went in the room and you were on the phone, and I came back and...
So this is the process. Like I said, it's slow, but we'll get there. We just have to get it leveled so that all these boxes are completely at the same plane. So after I get this dug down level, we'll be back. Well, I just got done leveling and squaring up this box. This is the second box of our frames. And here I go with the ground anchors. You can see this bracket. We're going to screw it to the side of the beam and then send the anchor down through it. So I'll show you that. But it's coming out okay so far. Okay. And now I just connected the boxes together with this one and got that one all bolted in. So we are done. There's one on the front, one on the back in there that you can't see. And that just joins the two boxes together and creates our third box in the middle here. The next part of this job is filling this with stone. A lot of people had thought that we were building gardens, but we're not building gardens. We're actually just filling these with stone as kind of a front patio of crushed stone. We do have a pile of small, like pea gravel. It's not like a true pea gravel, but it's that size. And we're going to use that to start filling this first box. We obviously will have to buy more stone to do all three, but if we can get this one going, it'll be a good start, because we would love to finish our porch, and that's what we're heading towards, is getting this porch done. I'm going to move the bus. I'm going to get the tractor. We're going to start pulling this pile into here and seeing how far we can make it. Now, before we fill it 100%, I have to actually do another step on this project, which is I'm going to be building a landing, a platform. So imagine this, we're going to be putting our steps coming off the porch right here, and it's going to be coming down. And while you can walk on this stone, you're likely to get some stones stuck in your shoe, or maybe just the white powder from the stones on your shoes, and then you're tracking that up onto the porch into the house. So what we're going to do is pour a concrete pad right in the stone here. So I'm going to frame up a temporary wooden frame, and we're going to lay out our slab, and we'll be pouring a slab in there. After that's in, I will finish filling this up. As it is, I already have too much in here. I can't believe I overfilled that. But if I get the frame in place, I'll see where I need to dig out. We'll get it all leveled off, and then we'll build our slab. I just built a largely oversized box so that we can make this concrete pad. And now I just have to, you know, figure out where it's going, get it level. Hopefully it's not twisted or anything. We'll get it in place. All right, I just got my frame all leveled up and the rain's coming down. So we're gonna take a break, get cleaned up, put the tools away.
I don't know.
And what else do I gotta do?
Air compressor has to go somewhere.
So you might guess right now, it is the next day and it's a beautiful day, but the wind is coming through, so it's pretty windy and we've been hard at work. I apologize for not taking you guys along with us this morning. We've been really busy preparing for a storm that's coming through, moving our vehicles, cleaning up the property, and we just got into this project and decided to keep going on that stone pile. And would you look at this? We had somehow enough stone in that little pile to fill all 3 beds. I don't know why I'm calling them beds, but patio frames, and we have leftover. We still have a pile left. I tried scraping it up the best I can. I'm trying not to mix too much dirt with it. These boxes are overfilled right now because we still got to tamp it down. They're gonna settle and they'll balance out, but look how good it's looking. I was really hoping to get this frame filled with concrete and start the pad for the steps, but I think I'm gonna hold off because if we experience a lot of rain and a lot of flooding coming up, well, I don't want to mess up the concrete. I don't know how that would affect it, and I don't know, it could start raining anytime, we don't know. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. We're gonna hope that nothing disrupts my frame, but I could always reset it if I need to. But there it is. Imagine a concrete pad right there. I know it's big, but we're gonna be doing big steps. We're gonna be doing wide steps as wide as the porch right there. And we will be still doing skirting. It's not a typical traditional skirting, but there will be something there. I know everybody wants to ask. You guys are always 10 steps ahead, never appreciating what we're doing in the moment. But we will be closing those off eventually after this is all leveled and smooth. You'll see how it's all gonna work, but that is what we've been trying to accomplish. You can see how this is coming out. We still gotta level it, we still gotta smooth it. This is gonna accomplish a couple of goals. Let me try to get out of the wind a little bit for you guys. So what this is gonna do is it makes the house look cool, okay? It looks good. It creates like a front stone area, which is gonna prevent weeds, and it seems excessive. Maybe it seems like way overkill, but it surrounds all the piers across the whole front of the house. That means we don't have to weed whack around each pier. And more importantly, what this is doing is raising up the ground out of the flood zone. If this floods, at the max, it's gonna be like 1 inch underwater, but it shouldn't on a typical flood. That means that the bottom of our steps will be off the ground in a dry spot, and if there's any flooding, our steps won't be being ruined, and we could walk down our steps and down here. That means we could also put potted plants up here. We didn't want to build a traditional garden because that's high maintenance, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some nice pots, maybe some nice big pots, some planters, and we can decorate up here with potted plants. We have a flood property. I have to keep saying this because the things we do here might not be what you would do elsewhere and might not be traditional or might not be practical for you, and you're going to say, what are you guys doing? But this is going to work for our situation so that we have this nice spot up here. And it's going to be beautiful. We're going to have our steps coming down to a landing. Picture it, potted plants, a beautiful spot to put stuff. And all in all, it's just part of the vision that we have for this home and property, and we're making it happen. So wanted to give you guys this update, the progress on our home, what's going on. Now this is the same system that we used in our laundry lounge, which is our covered clothesline, and we've never had any cats use it as a litter box, because I know that's the big funny comment that you guys like to leave is, oh, it's a giant litter box. We've never had a cat use it as a litter box. We've had cats wander through our property many times. We didn't used to, but there's been more lately. And we've actually had animals go to the bathroom on the ground outside of the laundry lounge, never in the stone. The stone, we have no concern about it, and who cares, you know? This stone is nice and small and packable, which means it's going to prevent weeds from growing up. It's going to keep everything clean and nice. There's not going to be any splash up when the rain comes, and it'll help maybe suppress termites if there's any down there. I don't know. The point is, it's clean. Now I did skip a step that I wanted to do, and that is stain these piers. I wanted to buy some concrete stain and make those look nicer. And ideally I would have done that before the stone was down so that I could get it all done without making a mess on the stone. But I decided to skip it for now just because we want to get this done, because if we just built these boxes, you guys will say, you never finish anything. So I have to finish it even though I don't want to, because I want to do these later, because I wanted to get those stained. But at least you can see the vision of the box, filled with stone, nice and pretty. And if we have to, I'll just, you know, dig away a little bit around the base of these, stain those up, put the stone back, no problem. The stain doesn't have to go all the way down to the ground level. And I'm going to build some panels that'll be going between these. You'll see how it's all going to work. I think it's going to be cool. That's a future project. And if you do think that we never finish anything, you either haven't watched long enough, or you just need to keep watching, because we haven't finished things because we're in the middle of things, you know? We can't finish everything in one video. Like our entire home, our entire mobile home, properties, indoors, outdoors, can't all be done in one video. So it's a work in progress, and we are finishing things and finishing every day. So thank you so much for coming along. We're going to get ready for the storm that's coming through, and we'll be back when we're back. Might be a power outage, but it shouldn't delay us too long. So thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.